The US House of Representatives has narrowly rejected an amendment to a bill that would have restricted the National Security Agency's ability to collect data on American phone records. The programme's details were made public several weeks ago by Edward Snowden, a former contractor for America's electronic spying agency. President Obama and the NSA's chief had lobbied strongly against the amendment. Katie Watson reports now from Washington.
Yeas are 205 and the nays are 217. The amendment is not adopted.
It was a brief but passionate debate, a chance for lawmakers to air their feelings on US secret surveillance. For the man who introduced the legislation, his message was clear.
Opponents of this amendment will use the same tactic that every government throughout history has used to justify its violation of rights: fear. They'll tell you that the government must violate the rights of the American people to protect us against those who hate our freedoms.
This wasn't the typical Democrat-Republican debate usually seen in Washington. The vote saw unusual political coalitions that came down to priorities of civil liberties and national security. Even one of President Obama's fiercest critics backed the administration, urging a vote against the amendment.
The only people who have benefited from the revelation of classified information by someone who worked for this government, who intentionally and unauthorized declassified some of the most sensitive national security information that we have. The only result is that those who are engaged in Islamic jihad will have been benefited, and those that we seek to protect have not.
For weeks now, the NSA's surveillance activities have been in the spotlight. So too, of course, is the man at the source of the programme leaks. Edward Snowden, the former NSA contractor who has requested temporary asylum in Russia, but who spent the past month in the transit area of a Moscow airport. While Wednesday's vote marked the first attempt to curb the agency's programmes, it's unlikely to be the last time that US surveillance is discussed. Katie Watson, BBC News in Washington.